Yes.
No.
The attorneys approach for a second. Sir, can you approach me, please? Come on up. I'm just asking everybody to approach.
Oh, okay.
Here. Take your time, Ms. Scott.
This has
Pick them all up.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Ms. Ringlet.
Hello, was logged into 33.
Yeah. They all just went in the hallway, but they should be right back, Ms. Ringlet.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was logged into the wrong Zoom.
Oh, that's okay.
I also have a kind of like a work study student with me who is going to log in. I just sent her the right Zoom ID. Her name is Farah.
Okay.
Back when I used to just sit by the files and look at stuff. Now there's a window.
Yeah. I was saying like the last 3 years, everything just kind of changed when we're doing business here. Ms. Ringlet, can you hear me?
I can, Your Honor, thank you. I apologize, I was logged into your Zoom room.
Yeah, we're all making that mistake. We've been changing back and forth for the last couple of days. Just because some logistical issues. So I said, let me just call one more time because you probably don't have the right number.
I did not.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to get started. Bringing everybody in.
Okay.
Jordan, Mr. Washington, Mr. Huffman. We got 3 attorneys, 4 attorneys. I think I'm good to go. All right, State of Michigan versus Terrence Jordan, case 2205882701. Marquise Washington, case 2205882702. And strike that. And Tyrese Huffman, case 2205822703. Mr. Huffman is also here today for a motion hearing. Appearances, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Natea Scott on behalf of the people, P78816.
Good afternoon, Judge David Cripps, P 34972, appearing on behalf of defendant number 1, Terrence Michael Jordan Jr.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Devin Taylor, P57166, appearing on behalf of Tyrese Huffman.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Kiana Franulik, P73015, appearing on behalf of defendant Marquise Washington. I am appearing via Zoom. Mr. Washington is in person. Mr. Washington, please state your name for the record.
Marquise Washington.
And Mr. Jordan, say your name for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Terrence Michael Jordan Jr.
Mr.
Good
Huffman.
afternoon, Your Honor. Tyrese Huffman.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you.
Today is the date set for the exam, and Mr. Washington was here Wednesday. Oh, no, was it Wednesday or yesterday? I think yesterday morning for a motion hearing, but today was gonna be the day that we were all gonna be present. I wanted to make sure that Ms. Franulek was here at the onset of that motion to begin. Ms. Franulek, did you receive a tether violation report?
I did not.
Okay, we'll forward that to you.
Thank you.
So the motion is for a violation of tether, but I'll let you get a chance to review yourself from what I was sent. And before we proceed with that, we'll just go forward with the exam right now. Take it from there. So let me send you that information and I'll give you a chance to read what I have at least.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, is this on live stream right now?
1 second here. It is. Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Franulek, can you throw me an email address in the chat real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, I got you. All right. As to the exam, today is the date set for preliminary exam. This matter is previously held in part. Are there any preliminary matters or motions before we begin with the exam?
Yes, Your Honor. Last time we were here, Agent Marco was here and informed me that her daughter would be on maternity leave and that she would still appear for this date, although I set the date before confirming with her. And I found out last night something happened with her daughter and that she would not be able to appear today. Ms. Marco's testimony is an offer of proof of the court. Her testimony coincides with, last time we were here, I had Officer Stuckey testify to two of the phones that were recovered from two of the defendants in this case, specifically Mr. Jordan and Mr. Washington. And then Marco, as an offer of proof, downloaded those phones. And so the information that I need from her is foundational because it sets the stage for everything that happened with those phones after she downloaded them and got that information. As far as meta records being submitted, as far as records being submitted for call detail records and those phones being dumped. So again, I found out last night that something happened and she's unable to appear. In regards to other witnesses, I had subpoenaed Chauncey Jeffers from the 911 call. As Your Honor recalls, you will not allow me to put any other witness on besides the keeper of the records for the 911 call. She also informed me that she would be able to be here. I found out yesterday that she's also, I didn't get a reason as why she's not able to appear or was not able to appear, but I found out that she had an emergency, will not be able to appear today as well. So with those two foundational witnesses, their testimony is essential to this case, Your Honor. I'm asking for an adjournment. I have their dates that they are available to testify when Marco is back from maternity leave for her daughter, when Shanti is back, and dates that other witnesses would not be able to testify. So I'm asking for an adjournment in order to get all these witnesses in, probably a morning, so that we can just go straight and get, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more witnesses that need to testify, Your Honor. I'm asking for a 9 o'clock date so that I can get everybody in and we can end this preliminary examination.
We'll start with who wants to start.
These do sound like emergencies, and I'll leave it in your discretion how you want to deal with that. My client's primary concern is obviously is the state of incarceration.
Mr. Taylor?
And I'll be flexible. My client is out, so I'll try to be available with whatever the court says.
Ms. Granulak?
Your Honor, only one that's been, I deviate from my co-brother here in the fact that only one that's been provided sounds like an emergency that requires an adjournment. The second does not. Then I would secondly inquire as to whether or not the people have attempted to procure these witnesses for any of the prior preliminary examination dates that we have had. Specifically, we've had about 4 or so preliminary examination dates where testimony has been taken and has been given. So now we come to this endpoint where the people are trying to get these last minute witnesses in and subpoena them, and something has occurred. Has there been any attempt to procure them previously? Furthermore, yes, there is always appears to be some type of delay or urgency, etc. But she hasn't also placed on the record as to why there is no reason that either that one of the witnesses cannot even be present for via Zoom, which I would have had no objection to. Additionally, she hasn't provided that the second witness from the 911 call is unavailable, just as she isn't coming today and has additional days to be used. Your Honor, I have no objection for the first witness where, of course, if someone's wanted to labor, there's a medical issue. I certainly understand that. But even taking that into consideration, has she attempted to procure this witness previously to testify, except for now when the, if I'm not mistaken, the statement that we received is only from May of this year. And so there's been no attempt to ascertain or get this statement a year or 2 ago where this case initially began. So no, I'm objecting to that. I'm objecting to an adjournment for the basis of those 2 witnesses. If there are additional witnesses that the people have to put on today, I am more than ready to move forward with those.
Well, I think the witnesses, at least as I understand it, that this is a witness that has to be called in order for the other witnesses to proceed with the other witnesses. But let me ask you this, Ms. Scott, and quite frankly, we had this information this morning. We would have, done something as far as at least bringing Mr. Huffman down if you're going to ask for this. You indicated that is it Sergeant Marcos or
Agent Marco.
Agent Marcos is on leave for her daughter's maternity?
Yeah, I guess she had some complications, and the complication that she needed, she asked her mother to take a maternity leave to help her with those complications.
When was she gonna be available? What's the earliest she can be available?
June 12th. She was at the last hearing. She was here at the last hearing. We did not get to her.
Mhm.
No. Your Honor, then I'd really renew my objection because my understanding was that it was the actual witness is herself that was on maternity leave. So now we have a third party person that's on maternity leave that is taking a maternity leave when we could have called, if she was present at the last hearing, I'm certain at the last hearing, her daughter was pregnant then, and that should have been discussed with the people, or the people could have inquired at that time. This is just another unduly delay.
No, I find it, stop, I find cause for the adjournment as to this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are people available on the 12th? That's the first available day.
Well, that's the thing. The OIC who is needed to testify as to the medical records and the things that she received as a result of the search warrants. She's out June 2nd through the 17th.
I'm gonna call these witnesses as I get them at this point.
Okay.
So let's start with the 12th. Who's available and who can testify? We'll see amongst the four of us who's gonna be here on that day.
Everybody's available except the OIC.
I'm talking about the other attorneys. Mr. Taylor shaking his head like that, they don't work.
The first available day is, we want to clear the whole morning, will be 15.
Are you available in the afternoon on the 12th?
Yeah, I could do it.
We're about to start Mr. Cripps's jury calendar schedule. which-
Well, I have a bench trial actually at 3 o'clock in Southfield.
I started a CSC trial that week here.
Not gonna work.
I could appear on the 12th if I can appear via Zoom.
This is not gonna work, 12's not gonna work, that's already out. What are the dates you got, Ms. Scott?
Pretty flexible before the 27th.
Before the 27th?
Yes.
1 second. What about the 20th, 21st, and 22nd?
Your Honor.
21st is good for me.
What's first good for the people?
What's that? I'm gonna have to move it.
I can do the 21st.
I have a jury trial starting on the 21st.
Anybody on the 20th? No? Yes?
I'm good for the 20th.
I'm good for the 20th.
I do have a manual attendant at 10:35.
We'll start at 9. Mr. Taylor, oh, I'm sorry, that doesn't work, Mr. Cripps.
You know, I have a case in Macomb Circuit at 8:30.
Can we start at 11 or we want to do the afternoon?
Can we start at 11?
No, it sounds like Macomb is gonna be a little
Yeah,
close.
then I have to, I have another hearing at 1:30 in Macomb.
So those days don't work.
The 21st in the afternoon.
I have to have a jury
Oh,
trial.
you got it.
Which I did.
And Your Honor, I'm only representing one witness, and I know much of this can be accomplished without, I'm just gonna tell the court right now, we set this for Friday, I can probably make it work. The only other availability I have until January is the week of July 17th. Otherwise, I'm in a trial starting every Monday or Tuesday till the new year. But I'm the least necessary party, I think, for the rest of this exam to take place.
Yeah, I'm not worried so much about your piece, Mr. Miller. But, we have to make other arrangements than we will. But I need the 3 attorneys
What about late morning on the 23rd?
Can't make that.
You said you can't?
What about the 28th?
I'm available on the 28th.
That's not good for the people. How about the 26th?
No,
26th.
I'm starting a jury trial.
What about the 3rd?
That's good.
That's good for me too.
I can do a late morning. I have a homicide set. It's gonna take a while to start it.
All right, I'm gonna set this for 11 o'clock on the 30th. We'll clear our docket. Ms. Scott, make any arrangements that you need to make, because I'm not gonna grant any adjournments on that day for missing witnesses.
I just said thank you.
But I am gonna grant the adjournments today.
Judge,
Yeah, some preliminary matters. So, go ahead.
I'll wait for you to finish. I'm sorry.
No, that's it as far as the next exam date. Do you have anything further, Mr. Cripps?
I wondered if you would allow us to reconsider the bond situation that client says.
Certainly.
A lot of this has to do with the new case that he picked up. We had a lengthy discussion about that yesterday. And I'm anxious to get to exam on that because it appears on his face that there may be insufficient evidence to the level of probable cause on that case. And you know the case as well as I do, as we all examined the investigator's report yesterday. But due to these continuance here, way beyond anybody's control, I understand emergencies, and I'm not making a big issue about that. But my client is languishing in jail, so I'd wonder if the court would reconsider in terms of the bond to allow him to have reinstatement of his home.
Okay. This time, as to Mr. Jordan's bond as it relates to this case, I'm not changing the bond based on the information that I've received in relation to the arrest on the CCW case. Of course, if there is a change in status in that case before our next date, Mr. Cripps filed a motion, and I have to consider it at that point. But at this point, I'm not changing the bond.
Fair enough, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Taylor, do you have anything further?
Yes, I think my client wants to be able to, do you have a job? And wants to be able to go back and forth to the job, is that correct? Yeah, living work. He's trying to work, you're in the house arrest now, right? He just wants the flexibility on his house arrest waiting to work.
Is there something that, is there something in particular that you're looking to do that?
Well, he has an application in McDonald's, so once he gets affirmed that he's got the job, I'll post it up.
I'll consider it once hours are set or there's an approval. I'll definitely consider it.
All right, thank you.
All right. Ms. Franulak, I don't know if you had a chance, 'cause I know you've been talking just as much as the rest of us. There is a tether violation as to Mr. Washington's case that I have to address. I put this over because I didn't want to do anything, since we're gonna have the hearing the next day and you were gonna be present, I didn't want to do this without your input, so. Take your time to get that information, and then when you have it, I'll hear it.
Your Honor, I'm ready. I've reviewed it and actually, I guess this will be the second time addressing it because this was addressed in front of Judge Bridget Hathaway last week, if I'm not mistaken, regarding this alleged tether violation. And at that time, there were no charges. He has not been charged. There were actually no new cases. It does appear he was involved in arrest, but there are no new charges against him. Your Honor, I also have done a search today It appears that these allegations occurred in the city of Detroit. I do not see any new charges in 36th District Court at all for Mr. Washington. So I would ask that his bond is reinstated and the tether is reinstated, because there are no new charges against Mr. Washington. This was confirmed last week by the people, and even as I look today, there's still no new charges against him
All right,
that I
Ms. Scott.
see.
It's my understanding that, and I don't have any updated information, but the last information I have is that the AUSA is the one who remanded the case because of the new charge of felony weapons. Now, I don't know the status of that case at that time, but the issue is not the fact that, whether the case has been, charged or not, it's the fact that there's a violation because, and that's the reason for the hold, there's a violation because he has been, affiliated with a weapon. And so that's my understanding of why the violation was even issued in the first place.
Your Honor, that's incorrect. The allegations against Mr. Washington have nothing to do with the weapon, and it doesn't even mention a weapon. The allegations alleged against Mr. Washington, or even the purpose of the stop, it says was motor vehicle unlawfully driving away, of which he was not charged with. He was not charged with anything regarding a weapon. There's no mention of a weapon, even in the tether violation. And quite frankly, you can be arrested just being with the wrong people, even if you didn't commit an act. So there is nothing indicating that Mr. Washington should have his bond revoked based upon the information that's provided in the tether violation. I just looked in 36th District Court. There are no charges. I have gone to Wayne County Circuit Court records. There are no new charges. It would still pop up even if there was a warrant request. And Your Honor, when I put in Mr. Washington's warrant request name, it doesn't even show a 23 warrant request. So for those reasons, we're asking that.
All I asked
Yes.
is there a police report or an incident? The only thing
There's
that I
no
heard,
police report.
the AUSA was looking at the case, and if that's the case, it would be nothing filed at 36th District Court.
Correct.
So,
And that's the information that I have in the incident
But-
report. I don't know if it's looking at, excuse me, I don't know if she's looking at a different tether violator report, but the incident report that I have says that the new charges for a felony weapon case under 23005110398. Now,
so Ms. Scott, that's not a 36th District Court case or a state case.
correct, that's what I'm saying. The federal government picked up that case, Your Honor, so it's not our case. So they would send us the incident report and
Have they
indictment.
charged him?
From my understanding, no.
Do they intend to charge him?
Yes.
We
How
don't
long
know
does
that.
take?
The information that I have from Sergeant Gunny this morning is, yes, they're waiting on a video. I think it was a video from one of the body worn, was it a body worn camera? I think they're still waiting on a body worn camera.
And he's been in custody since
For well over a week.
well over a week.
Yes.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I am going to reinstate the bond. If there is any new information, Ms. Scott, if there are charges filed next week, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a motion before this court, before our next hearing date.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything further?
Nothing further from Mr. Washington's defense, Your Honor.
Nothing further on behalf of Mr. George, Your Honor.
That's on behalf of the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Oh, you know what? As to Mr. Washington, I don't know if this was the original bond, but his house arrest while this matter is pending.
I couldn't hear you, Your Honor.
I said, I'm not sure if this was in the original bond, but house arrest as this matter is pending still, as our matter.
Okay,
is
thank
pending.
you. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
I know she was at first, I don't know.